Hello everyone, Ryan here. Justice League 3001, Volume 2, Things Fall Apart. I thoroughly enjoyed reading this graphic novel. Of course, if you haven't already seen my review of Volume 1, I will provide a link to that down below. Now, of course, I'm going to try to keep this review as spoiler-free as possible. Which might be kind of hard because essentially with Justice League 3001, they are like these resurrected versions of the original Justice League. So you have this resurrected version of Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash, Green Lantern, except that in this Green Lantern is a woman, and so is the Flash. And then there's a couple other characters that I'm not really too familiar with, but they're also female characters. And so, I mean, in Volume 1, and again, if you're not familiar with Volume 1, story in that one is really interesting. Story in this one is also really interesting, too. I will say not quite as much action as the first volume, but still pretty action-packed. By the latter half is definitely action-packed. The main villain, or actually villainess in this one, is someone called Lady Styx, and she's supposed to be like this kind of like omniscient or omnipotent being who's existed since supposedly like way before even time itself existed, way before any kind of universe existed, which I found really interesting. Another thing I wanted to say was that I found out, unfortunately, that this particular series has been canceled. This storyline, this comic book graphic novel series has been canceled, which sucks because the way Volume 2 ends, it ends at a really interesting point. It's just really interesting. I mean, again, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, and so essentially in Volume 2, something happens where the Justice League kind of involuntarily become an all-female Justice League, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, because it changes up the dynamic of in the entire group. So yeah, again, I mean, not as action-packed as the first volume, but still pretty interesting, pretty awesome. I'll show you some examples of the artwork here. You can see Supergirl, of course, is in it, and it is actually the original Supergirl, or rather, she's not a resurrected version or any kind of cloned version, because this Supergirl, for some reason, at one point she was frozen and hurled into space for like over 1,000 years. She comes back to Earth, and which also too, at this point, Earth is in 3001. Earth is a prison planet, and it goes by the name Tacron Galtos. The artwork is pretty cool. There's a Green Lantern, and yeah, overall it's definitely worth reading, of course, so long as you read the first volume before Volume 2, well, obviously. But yeah, I'm definitely disappointed that they canceled this particular series. I don't know, I hope that they do reconsider sometime soon in the near future. But as far as the rating goes, I definitely give it 5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, definitely. I do recommend reading it. especially if you're a DC Comics fan. Also, if you're a Justice League fan, definitely check it out. And yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. That'll do it for this review of Justice League 3001, Volume 2, Things Fall Apart. And as always, until next time, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.